are Alexandra Street and Church. Decided to go up on Church today because we don't want to go up Young Street. We've been up Young Street so many times, right, Hannah?
Yeah.
We're like,
was complaining.
huh?
Amin was complaining.
Amin, one of our viewers, Iranian viewers, Amin was saying, hey, how come every film you have is from Dundas Square? I said, well, because it is the square to be at. Whoa. Check out this car. It's a Toyota. I've never seen a Toyota like this before. Convertible? How cool is this? My God. I've never seen a car like this before. All right, here we're at Church Village, walking up to Bloor. We picked up, we were at Loblaws, right? We're walking up the street, not filming, and we ended up in Loblaws. Check out this color of this Jeep. Oh my God, you're never gonna get hit with that, the colors. We went to Loblaws. How heavy is the bag, Hannah?
It's heavy.
The bag. We ended up buying some rice, but when noticed that Loblaws, it used to be the, what do you call it? The Maple Leaf Gardens. The Maple Leaf Gardens are the mecca of hockey in Canada, right? Like it is, if you're a hockey player, I'm not a hockey fan, but even I know, look at that. That's the one on Yonge Street, I think, going up. Even I know that Maple Leaf Gardens were last time when the Leafs won the game in 1864, I believe, 1864 or something like that. Even I know that that was an iconic place, right? Iconic place. So what did they do? They turned it into a Loblaws. I mean, then they complain we don't have any culture. Well, if you keep turning your all your arenas and all your fun stuff into, you know, you're not going to have any culture, right? Why are you complaining? Back streets of Yonge Street. Yonge Street's all the way at the end that way. Check out this cool restaurants. Not so many tall buildings here yet, but it's coming, right? You want me to carry that a little bit?
Yeah.
Then we can. It's like, see, if you didn't have this black bag, then it'd be more interesting because people are like, what the hell are they carrying? That's so dead here too, huh?
Yeah, it is.
See, I mean, if you're watching the channel, you see you complain why it filmed on that. So we decided to film another street, and absolutely nothing's going on. No music, no dancing. One of those bars there, they always have women dancing outside, but not here. Today is nothing. This is the only action you're gonna get. Bikes on cops. Cops on bikes. That's the only action you're gonna get. That's it. Nothing else. I think this place is always dead. Only on the July, the parade month, they get all excited. These businesses run. After that, they go back to sleep mode. You know what I mean?
I think I've only been here during the parade.
Yeah. Well, I used to go to school here, and we still live on this street. When I was first came to Canada, I used to live on Church, and I used to go to Jarvis School. So for a while, not long. So I used to walk here every day back home, but it was kind of a little bit grungier when the Leaf games were there. The funnest part was when, what do you call it? The rock bands would come to town and you would watch them, and they'd all be like rock and roll fans who were lining up outside the Maple Leaf Gardens, the Who and the Van Halens and those kind of bands, the Kiss and Black Sabbath and all that. They would show up there, and all the fans were out there. They got security at every bank now. Sitting, playing with their phone. That's Wesley, right? All right, your turn to carry. Oh my God, how heavy is it? Ooh, I need rice. This used to be open, used to be a, what do you call it, a drugstore kind of thing, pizza. And there used to be a couple of cool stores there. We used to go shop and sandwich places, all that kind of stuff. It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh well. There used to be another restaurant here that we used to come to long ago. Look at all of this. Even the shawarma place is closed too. Nobody, not closed, but I just don't understand this. A lot of these, wow, that one is closed. Oh, pizza is iconic. I think there used to be a restaurant here that I came one time. Do you think these are closed, right? These are going to be closed. This store is closed, right? So in this area, they put all sorts of funky decoration. Records there. Oh, Boney M. That's a good one.
Yeah.
See, that guy, the singer, wasn't a singer. He was just faking it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
He
god.
was just faking it. He's a really good dancer. So these ladies were singing the songs, and he would just pretend it.
Do people still listen to records?
Some people do, yeah.
Oh.
When my cousin came from Iran, apparently in Iran, somebody wanted records. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It is kind of feels better. There's wow, this is a pretty big record store too. Look at this, some serious records. You know, what happens is with watching records. Wow, look at this. It says hope is tax free. Not so fast, mister. Not so fast. Huh? Yeah, that park. I've been to that park. You know, in that park, there was my first photo assignment was in that park.
Oh, yeah.
It was called Take Back the Night March. The school sent me to photograph that. That was my first time. I stayed here till 3 in the morning. It was a pretty cool park. I did some cool portraits. I shot everything. You know, the hookers, the spraying the walls, the police. At one point, I was in a lesbian group.
Oh my god.
And they looked at me, they're like, wait a minute. Are you supposed to be here? I go, I don't know. I'm new to the country. Oh, I'm taking some pictures. They told me there was a lot of freedom here. They're like, you are not a lesbian. I was like, oh, I don't know even what that is. I just came to Canada like a week ago. They're like, yeah, you cannot be here. I'm like, oh, okay, where do I have to be? I was already taking pictures of them, Back then, the police weren't so LGBT friendly, let's say. So the police like, yeah, you have to leave. Well, okay.
Now you can get away with being.
Now you can totally be in a lesbian group and be like, hey, I am a lesbian. Look, I have a Palestinian flag. Okay, you come on in. As long as you have a Palestinian flag, you're good to go in. Not flag, but one of those things, shemag. Like a black and white shemag. You need that? You get in. Back in the day, they're like, yeah. Anyway, and I did a really nice portrait of a little girl here, like with her sitting in the park back in the day, street photography. You're excited, you're in a new country, you come to a new country, you're excited. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying before the park. I was saying something, I forgot. Look at that style, I like this car. You guys got his own spot to park. Excellent, huh? That's a perfect spot. I don't know how much the rent or that building is, that parking spot makes it worthwhile. Because you're downtown Toronto, man. There ain't gonna be no parking.
Yeah.
Let me check out this front of this thing. Oh, it's a very classic building too. The doors and everything, but it's got a permit too. No trespassing. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like to document all the streets, huh? Look at that. That guy's talking to himself while riding a bike. You know what? If it wasn't for these headphones on the phone, everybody's like listening to headphones all day long. They can do these boring jobs, right?
Yeah.
Look at this. Can you imagine living there? Like, somebody gets drunk, pushes in, they're in your bed. Excuse me. It's like, it's going. I don't know. Or the car doesn't brake hard enough, they're in your bed. See, I think the rent for these units would be pretty decent. I'm guessing, right? Some people are here for a long time. Yeah, or here, see, there's a window.
Yeah.
I mean, people are gonna be knocking, get drunk at night and knock on your window every 5 minutes. Ding, 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 ding. You're like, yeah, whatever. You get used to it. At first, you're like, oh my God, I'm sleeping on the street. What's dividing me is just a piece of glass. But then you get used to it. So look. Wow, look at this alleyway. Cool artwork, Look at these guys. These guys like, you know what? They had one too many stranger coming to their bed at 2 in the morning and snuggle with them. They're like, yeah, you know what? But they got a couple of like regular screws here.
Windows open.
Oh, windows open.
Put the camera in.
You want to put the camera in there? It's like, I'm just trying to film you. These guys, they all have a curtain. Notice that?
Yeah.
In New York, there's a lot of buildings like this where there's a window like this, and the bigger windows, right? And they're in the basement, kind of sub-basement, so you can totally see them. None of them have curtains.
Oh, yeah.
And like you walk by, the girl sitting on her bed,
Yeah.
wearing underwear, watching TV, and you just like, She's like, yeah, what? You want to fucking look at me? Whatever, fucking get the fuck out of here. You know, you're used to it, and you don't look because you get used to it, right? Be careful you don't take out your ankle on that. But here, I remember when I first came to Canada, it was all like, even to me, Canada was a little bit open, like wide. The windows are open, people don't have curtains and all that. But yeah, in New York, at first when I moved to New York, I was like, my God, people can see inside my apartment from that side. Then I realized everybody else, the people downstairs don't have any curtains. I'm like, nobody cares. I was like, oh, okay, who cares? Then I kept my window open all the time. Yeah, you get used to, wherever you go, humans get used to stuff really quickly. At first they're like, I can't live here. And next thing you know, you're like, yeah, I can live here. Oh, there's a drug addict. And I was like, I can live next to the drug park. Oh, there's lots of drug people in my park. Oh, I can live with that. You know. But those people did protect themselves. Put this, like, not enough, you know, too many homeless. You know, in the middle of the night, you're sleeping, you know. You think it's your cat rubbing your leg. You wake up, you go, that doesn't smell like my cat. Wait a minute. Wait, excuse me, who are you? Just living in a... Oh, okay. You're used to it. Yeah, okay. All right, man, where are we? All right, we're going to end the film. There's no more... This gets boring after that.
Yeah.
You good?
Yep.
You're getting tired carrying my rice, aren't you?
Yeah.
Should I tell them that's my rice?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you don't eat any rice. Town in Suites. Is it rental units? Probably. Beautiful. And that's it. Bloor Street's right over there. Actually, this is a restaurant in here, isn't it? Beep, beep, beep. In here. Yeah, there's a restaurant. Noor. It's kind of funny. It looks like a... Yeah, it's kind of like... Noor. Business hours. No. It's kind of like funky restaurant. I don't know.
It looks deserted.
Looks deserted. Does it in there?
Kind of.
No, I don't know what kind of restaurant it is. But they got security gate and everything. Pretty bizarre. Probably was a parking lot for a building. And then, yeah, it says indoor parking available. So it used to be a parking lot, and then they probably didn't have enough car parks. They figured, hey, let's put a restaurant in there. Oh, remember we filmed this before? They were building this. Yeah, it turned out pretty nice.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. They fixed it so that it doesn't look Charles Street East. Yeah, look at this. Oh, look at those windows. More homeless get in my building windows. Cool. Yeah. Actually, I'm glad they kept this.
Yeah.
They put those condos behind it. It kind of works, huh?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good.
They're probably going to be offices and business, and they're all going to be empty. That's the sad part of the economy. All right, here we go. Trade and building. Trades and building. Probably not that anymore. Yeah. Yeah, that's the entrance to that building, huh? Right here. Very cool, huh? Very cool, very cool. Very cool, very cool. I remember I filmed this long time ago when they were demolishing it, and I said, oh my God. I mean, it did look better before, but you can't complain. At least they kept something of the old Toronto here.
Is that Humber?
Humber what?
College?
I don't know. How do you know it says Humber College? Yeah, it says Humber up there. Oh. At some point, Humber College was at uptown. Now it's everywhere. Oh. They just put different branches everywhere, and it's a good money-making. These schools have become a good money-making operation. I mean, some things you need to go to a school for, but for marketing, photography, pretty soon they're gonna have courses for YouTube production.
Yeah.
I bet you. You know, once these colleges get hold of the YouTubers, they're like, oh my God, we're gonna have a YouTube course.
You can be the professor.
I'm gonna be the professor. Yeah, how to not to do videos, you know. You're gonna be YouTube diploma. Hey, do you have a YouTube diploma? No? Then you can't do YouTubes. You gotta get the diploma. Yes, things like photography, filmmaking, YouTubing, social media, editing, talking, playing music. You cannot. You either got it or you don't got it.
Yeah.
You know, you go to music school and you got no talent. Oh, you know a bunch of music notation and you know how, you know, these notes go together and what keys what, but you can't make music. You got to have the talent. Photography, the same thing. You know all the lenses, you know all the f-stops, and you know all the jargons, but do you really have the talent? Some people don't. Some people don't have talent photography, but they have the talent in filmmaking. They have talent in talking, in writing, in storytelling. We all have our different talents, and the thing is, you got to find out what you're good at and stick to that. You know, no matter how many classes you take, if you're not a talented photographer, no matter how many classes you take, you know what? You're still gonna have no class. Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's hard to say. People don't want to say that. People want to say, you can do anything. Everything's possible. Yeah. But you know, you either got to be a nice guy or be honest. You can't be both. Yeah. As our friend Bogart says, Bogart, are you watching? How you doing? I haven't talked to you for a while. Hi to Bogart. You know, we say hi to him. Yeah, you either got to be a nice guy or the honest guy. Can't be both. Okay, the famous Bloor Street, Bloor and Church. Bloor and Church. I used to work in that building too. Did a lot of photo. For when Bob Ray was in charge, he used to do tons of work there. They would give it to me. So it was just a money-making operation back in the day. All right, sun's going down. Bloor, looking west. Traffic, horrendous, horrendous. We love it the way it is. Nice and busy. Whoa, take it easy. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this quick one up Church Street. A little bit different. See what's going on Church Street when it's not a Pride Month. It's kind of dead like every other street. I thought it'd be more happening, but no. The only place happening in Toronto right now is Dundas Square and a bit of Young Street. The rest, everybody stays home, trying to warm up. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Whew. All right, which way to now?
That way.
That way.